We all love to think we're in control, that life follows logic, plans, and predictability. But what if the tiniest change, a single breath, a delayed decision, or even the flap of a butterfly's wings, could ripple through the world and change everything? This idea isn't just a poetic metaphor, it's rooted in real science, and it began with an accidental discovery. In the early 1960s, a meteorologist named Edward Lorenz was running weather simulations on a computer. One day, instead of entering a value like 0.506127, he rounded it to 0.506, thinking such a tiny difference wouldn't matter. But when the results loaded, he was stunned. The simulated weather patterns were entirely different. That one small change had completely transformed the outcome. This wasn't just a glitch, it was a window into something much deeper. Lorenz had stumbled upon what we now call chaos theory, and at its heart lies the butterfly effect. The idea that in certain complex systems, small initial changes can lead to drastically different results. In 1972, Lorenz famously framed it as a question: does the flap of a butterfly's wings in Brazil set off a tornado in Texas? It wasn't a literal claim, but it captured the power of what he discovered. In chaotic systems like the weather, small causes can have massive effects. And it's not just the weather. The butterfly effect shows up everywhere. In ecosystems, in history, in economics, and in our daily lives. Take the 2003 Northeast blackout, one of the largest in history. It began with a single power line brushing against an overgrown tree in Ohio. That tiny event triggered a cascade of failures, leaving 50 million people in the US and Canada without electricity. A tree branch led to total blackout, not because it was dramatic, but because it started a chain reaction. Or imagine this, you miss your bus by 30 seconds, so you take a different route, meet someone new, and your life takes a different turn entirely. Tiny delays, random choices, all spinning outward into wildly different futures. But let's be clear, the butterfly effect doesn't mean that every tiny action leads to huge consequences. Not every butterfly causes a storm. What it means is that some systems are incredibly sensitive to initial conditions. So sensitive that tiny changes can snowball unpredictably. That's why scientists often describe chaos as deterministic but unpredictable. The rules are fixed, but the outcomes are impossible to forecast beyond a point. It's why weather forecasts are only reliable for about a week. After that, the butterfly effect makes accuracy break down, and the implications go far beyond the weather. In medicine, the rhythms of the heart and brain follow non-linear dynamics, meaning a small change in electrical signals can sometimes predict a seizure, a heart attack, or even death. In finance, tiny drops in investor confidence can spiral into crashes. In artificial intelligence, slight biases in data can train algorithms to make flawed or even dangerous decisions. These aren't metaphors, they're mathematical truths about how complexity works. What makes the butterfly effect so powerful, and unsettling, is that it challenges the idea of control. It says that no matter how smart our systems are, some things are fundamentally unpredictable. That randomness isn't just noise, it's built into the universe. So what can we do? Should we fear every small action, terrified it might set off chaos? Not at all. The butterfly effect doesn't mean you're helpless, it means you're powerful. It means that small choices do matter, that a kind word, a small effort, or a 1-degree shift in mindset can cascade into something much bigger than you imagine. You are part of a web of causes and effects far larger than yourself, and you influence it every day. Every action ripples, every choice echoes. So here's the question, what tiny change will you make today? Knowing it might just change everything. If this video made you think differently, if it helped you understand the science behind the butterfly effect, then give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-opening science. And now, let the ripple begin.